So I just got out of jail a couple hours ago, and jail's a trip. What the fuck? I mean, I've been there before and shit. Obviously, by the way you can tell, I look like I've been to jail a couple times, but it is not the way it used to be. Whew. They got a lot of young kids there, and I'm sick of being called OG. I'm 34 fucking years old. But being in jail ain't so much of a trip. You know what I mean? It's the day you get out that gets me. I mean, you can't ever sleep the night before, so you're exhausted, and you're malnourished from jail food because that stuff's whack. And then you sit there and you wait and you wait and you wait, and every time the fucking phone rings, you're like, oh, that's for me, and the cop doesn't show up because he's in the bathroom doing stuff he's probably not supposed to be doing, but whatever. And then he finally comes out and he calls somebody to court, and you're like, son of a bitch. And then they finally call you, and you go down there. They give you clothes that don't fit anymore because you're running amok before they got you. And you get out them doors and you see your people, and then you start letting people know that you got out, and that's where it gets interesting. More annoying than anything. Because everybody wants to ask the same question. What happened? What happened? I said I just got out of jail. Well, what happened? Like they expect it to be some big time fucking movie production. Like I told this broad, like, you're never gonna believe. So, there I was. Dun dun dun. Out in public. And there was these other guys that were, dun dun dun. Out in public also. Except they were different because they had, tactical body armor and tactical automatic weapons and these crazy shiny things they call badges that I guess let them do whatever the fuck they want to do. Go figure. And they came in and I seen them, and I mean, they're pointing their guns at me, and of course I'm like, what the fuck? But in, that situation, you're a little more nervous, so it sounds more like Kevin Hart when he's really scared and shit. Like, what the fuck? And of course they come in all burly and manly and aggressive and shit. Put your fucking hands in the air. And you're like, oh. And of course the chick's sitting there like, thinking it's going to be some great big level shit. And I'm like, and that's when I'm like, what? And, puff my chest out all big and look him in the eyes, and I'm like, all right, I can do that. Because they got guns and shit. Put my hands behind my back real aggressive like and shit. And she's like, oh my God. And I'm like, and then they, put me in this car and shit. And they take me to this place they own. Where they, drop me off, and their friends are like, you're going to have to stay here for a little while. And I'm like, what? And so, they tell you, right, I mean, they always got that big puffed out chest, all them cops there. You're coming with me, inmate. And I'm like, 6'5", 250, homie. I'm thinking in my head, I fucking puff my shit out and look at him as aggressive as I can, like where you're looking him in the eyes, deep into his soul and shit. And I'm like, yeah, I could probably do that. Because he's got friends too, and they got tasers and shit and bear mace, and that shit sucks. And so I look as gangster as I can as I walk in, and the chick's still all intense listening to the story, and she's like, and then what happened? What'd they do? It's like he opened the door of the cell and he was like, here, get in there. And gangster as I could, I said, you know what? And he said, what? And I said, yeah, I could do that. And he shut the door. And the chick's like, what? That's it? Well, yeah, that's how it happens when you go to fucking jail. Like, Jesus Christ, I'm not fucking full of bullet holes and shit. Like, what do you expect in the background? That's when they got out of their car. Oh, I was in line at Ace Hardware. They rolled in 9 deep, dude. Like I said, fully tactical, automatic weapons. I got priors. Got more priors than fucking Richard, man. I'm just probably have to sue him for using my name at this point. Jeez. And everybody, well, what are you going to do now that you're out of jail? Not go back to jail if I can. Fuck. And eat food when I want. But, jail's jail, man. And I guess as a guy told me one time, he said, you know what you're really good at in jail? And I looked at him all intense. I said, what's that, brother? Because that's how they talk. They all talk. Brother. I've never met you, but brother. And he tells me, man, you know what you're really, really good at? And I said, no, you just asked me that, brother. And he said, telling the cops what to do, but making them think it's their idea. So they're like thinking they're in charge. But for some reason, they don't understand how they're not supposed to turn the lights off till 10. And you're telling them, hey, it's 8 o'clock and nobody's awake, bro. Turn them shits off. And they do it. But it's because you, make them think it's their idea. And I'm sitting there thinking, how the fuck does that make it seem like it's their? I don't know. But jail's funny, though, man. It's a trip. Bunch of kids in there now these days, though. Ain't nobody got no respect anymore these days. And everybody likes to, I ain't no bitch, I'll tell on you. Like, wait, yeah, wait, what? Yeah. I'll fucking tell on you so fast, homie. Faster than a gun. Because I don't carry those, I just carry pens when I tell on you. When the fuck they start doing that shit, man? Like, I came home, you kept your fucking mouth shut because you went and did some dumb shit, and it wasn't anybody else's fault you were doing dumb shit. So if you got caught doing some dumb shit, you got to go do dumb time for your dumb shit. Not no more. I'm a professional boxer, homie. I'm like, oh, all right, let's run this. No, I mean, like, I'll box my shit up and leave right now, fast. I'm like, what the fuck? Where do they do this? In jail these days. Shit ain't the same, man. Makes you think, you know what I mean? It's like I could have a glorious life out here in the world, or a glorious life making a mansion out of ramen noodle packets and shit, just, you know, prison balling. Hey, dog, that fool's got 25 suits. No, he didn't. Yes, he did. Miss me with it. People keep telling me I'm funny and shit. I think it's the world that's funny. I think I'm just fine.